Yay. It works. And I can see things. Well, okay, I should probably clarify on that. I can see chat, I can see my information. Stream is live, everything looks good. That was not the case a moment ago. So I'm just gonna, leave it at that. And jump straight into Trial of Order, because maybe if I could get through this fast enough today, I might be able to do the whole episode today, right? It's not like it took me 3 fucking hours to get through one day and there's like at least one more day left. No, actually 2 days left. Fuck. Yeah, this is only day 3. It's start of day 3. This is gonna be day... Yeah, it's second trial. Yeah. This will be good. Oh yeah, I accidentally... Yeah. Anyways, I don't... the information was there. It's the February 29th, I think. Courtroom number, whatever the fuck. And this is literally the open line to the... to this day. I just made a little oopsie that I... Like... Before I quit, I accidentally hit save. Because I was in a completely, like, autopilot mode. Anyways, let me take a little swig before... I think swig is oftentimes referred to a, like, a sip of alcohol. And this is not a swig, this is not like a... It's just pure water. It's actually just water. I've noticed that it's way better for me to just drink water on streams. Especially because I need to drink, no, I need to talk a lot and it keeps my... I don't really want to use that term. Hydrate. The Hydro homies are here. Anyways. Yeah. Let's get started with this charade. So, what do you think... What do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana? Good morning, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I noticed. Woolhaven's released like an hour ago, I think. And, oh, actually, speaking of that... I should say this out now before I forget, but I'll say this again when I start to actually stream that game. Those playing the game on Steam, that game actually has Twitch drops. But I don't know what qualifies as a participating channel. Because I don't know, they apparently have been... There's been like a Twitch campaign going on for Woolhaven already for like a couple weeks. And, so I don't know if people are already... But yeah, the, integration, yes, I actually checked that out as well. That has been updated. Well, it said that it has been... Well, I don't know if it's been updated for Woolhaven yet. That might actually take a moment. But yeah, so, but it's updated at least for the, It seems to keep up to date by itself, so I'll check that out before I start streaming the game, but it certainly has that functionality. But yeah, I also checked, I have my very original, I have my first, my very first cult still alive. And I also have the whole, metal band themed cult alive as well. But that's permadeath, so I don't know if I want to be using that for a, I probably don't want to use that for Woolhaven because I'm gonna be making a lot of mistakes. Every time I jump into the game after a while, I'm like completely fucking lost. I just don't know if I've done all the Old Faith things on the original cult. But that shouldn't take me too long. I think that's all the, I did do the sin things, I think. Yeah, I did do the same things. I was there when they added sex to the game, so... Yeah. I think that should be alright. I mean, almost... What will qualify even as a fully finished game. I mean, I'm guessing that, you know, you just need to... I'm guessing you probably don't need to do more than just finish the, You need to beat the one who waits. That's probably enough. Or that's my assumption. But also, like, the pictures I've seen is like a completely new area. Oh. I actually have no idea what's the process between the two, or like between to transfer those. It probably is. I would believe that. But like, I've seen shots of the Woolhaven, and it seems like it's a completely new area as well, like completely new things. They're like new, well, naturally there's of course new character designs and like that. Well, I mean, I don't see how that's a problem. I doubt that's a problem. I don't see why that would be a problem. I'm guessing you're not the only one who would have, you know, however much whatever overstaff exactly means in this context. Because I know that there are people that can... I think I at some point had like... Yeah, okay, I figured that's what it meant. I at some point had like over 50 cultists, I think, when I was having like a really good run on the original save. They're farmers. Oh, that sounds so cool. But like, I'm sure it's gonna. I'm sure I would imagine that PlayStation 5 can run the you know, a bigger group, because they would have capped it at some point if it was, you know, dangerous for the game. But there's always gonna be a limit at some point. That's not necessarily intentional. Well, I don't know anything about the... I don't know very much about the whole thing, so a livestock sounds really cool. And it's not like I remember things. But I'm very much looking forward to that. And, we'll definitely, you know... Definitely hop on that probably next week. Hopefully. Yes, I remember the talk about the large DLC. I don't remember the livestock part. And even if I would remember the livestock part, there's a difference between... There's a difference between, you know, having actual farmers and livestock, because, like, I imagine that livestock would be just, oh, you just have livestock there and you just take care of them, and suppose those people, you know... But yeah, so I'm just curious, is it gonna be like a, Because the thing that I'm curious about is that, is it gonna be like a separate... Well, so if you need like an almost completed game for it, then I'm guessing that you need to have like a... Then it's gonna be a continuation or an extension to your cult. So I'm guessing that it probably... Because there's like a... Like, there's gonna be like a... Well, winter time season... Or winter season thingy. So I'm really curious to how it's gonna work. But I very much do believe in the developers. They have thus far delivered absolute peak content, and I I don't see why this would fail either. And I'm also hoping that maybe the, but yeah, honestly, it might be safe for me to wait like a day or two if they're gonna run like a, well, because one of the previews that I saw, which was like the main, like, I just checked out as to like, I mostly was just looking at the release date and like that, and there's like a, oh, like, winter, like, survive the winter time or something like that. And I don't know what that means exactly, but by all means, it's gotta be winter themed to like an area at least, or I think your cult somehow transfers into a winter time. Yeah, there is a, I don't remember which one that is. It's like a horn or something. No, I might be thinking of something else. But yeah, the one that. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a picture of the farm animals. I think that's the very idea that you can do that. You could build your own, build your own little farm and train a bunch of cowboys or something like that. So that's honestly gonna be great. But to get to that, I actually need to play through this game, so I'm gonna move on forward. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspected. The police are clueless. I figure as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But, Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. This guy. No fucking memory. No recollection whatsoever. It's gonna be good. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Guy? Well, I'm pretty sure Wiles is currently having a little bit of a, how to say, a bit of a downtime in it. I mean, there's a couple event quests and like that, but I would highly encourage, you know, probably. But like, I would highly recommend probably Woolhaven. Well, at least you had time to think. I'm pondering what you will do. What do you have to do, Mr. Wright? February 24th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Scar. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yeah, that is most unfortunate. Nothing sucks more than when you're actually like trying to put effort into something and then just doesn't fucking work. Like a full-on shutdown, and that will cause you to shut down as well. I know very well that feeling. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as a prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now, that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Oh yeah, I mean, confidence is something that people very highly value, regardless of how truthful it is. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. Police first witness, the prosecution calls. Oh damn. Things ain't been easy, huh? The suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. A suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Meekins. Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. He looks so lost in thought. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murder, sir. The man confessed. Can we move on? So you're telling me you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, unfortunately, things just really are rough. Kinda overall. And it's... I really hope somebody has to fucking answer that question, because I'm fucking baffled. I'm floored. I'm just... good God. I mean, honestly, that would make this really easy. Oh, you know, by the way, there's a... He's got a little ID tag around his shoulder, and he's saluting even in the image. Anyways. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is... Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Oh my god. Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir. I see which. After all, I am part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. What is... Okay, this would take place in like 2019, 2020. So, you know, that's an interesting thing, because it's so very difficult to say who the murderer is, but like based on all the contextual evidence, I'm actually quite inclined to believe that Lana is innocent. There's something fishy going on, especially because, like, now naturally the game cannot make it. The game wouldn't make it easy on me. It never ever would choose to make it easy on me. So of course it's not giving me like a literal picture of like thus far nobody has seen her actually commit the murder. Nobody that I would believe. Nobody that I would have faith in. Or nobody that I could consider as an unbiased source of information. And like, now, naturally, Lana does confess to the murder. But she plays it off cool enough where I'm like, actually don't know. Like, sure, she could be a murderer, but I have not seen any concrete proof that, you know, she would be. So I actually do believe she's innocent. Until proven otherwise, I guess. But I could absolutely see the game, you know, also doing the whole, like... Oh, she actually is the murderer. Well, okay. Because I know that this is a bigger conspiracy. Like, that has been made pretty clear already. Can't fault him for lack of enthusiasm. Oh, I mean, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind answering things or talking about nonsense anyways. Crime Bros, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. And then I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Sorry, a victim Detective Goodman attacked you. Do unto the others before they do unto you. As to make his family mother, sir. I'm really curious to what your parents' professions are. Because that is a very... Depending on what they do for a living, that line can have a lot of different meanings. I see. And your friend and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin his cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. I mean, if Meek is actually telling the truth, he would have acted in self-defense, stabbed Mr. Goodman, and then Goodman would have stumbled out of the building, bled out, stumbled out of the building, taken a comfy 6-minute nap in Edgeworth's car, and then, like, arrive at the, wait, okay, he actually said that it takes 30 minutes to drive from there, so, like, the body... Well, then again, he could have died earlier. No, he... Actually, fuck. I'll get this detail once it's relevant. Right now, I don't need to figure out that out yet. Oh, it's not my normal duty. I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Why? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. You're actually in HR? Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. Oh, come on. Nothing wrong with working in HR. Just, you know, normally many things wrong with people working in HR. That was his whole mission for the day, sir. He was just guarding the... Okay. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. How the hell was ever been finished that day? There were so many people running around. I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, well, that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I saw a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is. I found it. This is the one right there. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? The number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. Please Explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the blue badge to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during the second time when...
Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Data enter the ID card record. Okay, so my goal is to fill out this entire card, and that will probably tell me the entire course of the day. Though I don't know if the first couple people actually even matter much. We don't know, actually. They might. But they're like quite early in the morning. God, that megaphone keeps on fucking twirling, huh? Or pumping. I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. By who? So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife.
Get the equipment and pull that knife on you? What happened then?
Well, with me charging in and charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you would just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say did it? I know I don't look that type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. Okay. I was like, oh, he's probably just you know, martial arts. Like, possibly. But he's like, just into the fucking arms. The films. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. Why would... I see. He must have been desperate. Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew...
Yes?
He punched me right in my face, sir. And then I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. And this was Gumshoe? About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to deal with that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me again right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice. Or, I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
Yeah, if you don't see it, it's not a crime if you can't see it. When I came around though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The blue badge, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point.
Yes, sir, Meekins.
Where regard that, sir? Take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gunn delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief?
Delivered it?
What is that? A videotape? I've never seen one in my life.
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. I like how, like, this is supposed to take place, like, 5 or 6 years from now on. Technology really did not progress much in 20 years in this reality, apparently. And it was told it had been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. That's honestly a pretty good thing to be good at. That's better than what I can do. I can listen to people tell me what to do, but I cannot deliver. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us a video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using that word, murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? Live leaks. Oh god. Man, they really must have gotten a lot of money from the first game if they. If they can afford a 3D animation here. He actually had a baton in hand. Oh my god. And the camera looks away. You could just put it up in the fucking corner and you can see the whole room. Or have 2 cameras in the room.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stir within us?
It's just therapy. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's a blue badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? It's going to be added to the court record. Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room.
Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and some sort of activity did take place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. I see which, sir. Mystery Man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there is no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's, sir. Locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has to given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. But also, like, if you could just prove the fact that Meekins killed the man, then we would at least know the Sky wasn't the one to do it. Like, oh yeah, he was fucking injured, and Sky just ran into Goodman, who was dying, bleeding out. Or was supposed to help him, or whatever, because of the whole the conspiracy thing. And what doesn't fucking matter now? We'll get something out of this. Is it clear in the video? Oh wait, why is that only? Why does it cut off like that? Oh, because there's something important about this. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen that man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not?
More to the point, you are a person who fought him, aren't you?
Oh yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. I mean mood, but also like, wow, they're really going heavy on that. Yeah, that's a good trade for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'll bet my badge on him. There's no question the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. Nice if you must label people as having seen or not seen it.
Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Ah.
Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or...
Mickens.
Was that a fucking chicken? Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the video man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to his registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Or had a fucking print of that man's fingerprint. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. The locker he opened is unquestionable Detective Goodman's locker, sir. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. You're one of those guys, huh? Got it. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source.
So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint.
It must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! If I may say something, sir.
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough of this, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? Okay. So first of all, this is very much in the way. So we get the, somebody walks in. They are 17, 14. At least doesn't have the music on. Literally covers the, He walks up. They go into a fight. I just could pause this. Oh yeah, no, that's a bit of a problem actually. Yeah, no, yeah, you know that is actually a little bit of a. Regarding the video contained in this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange?
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman.
What? Does video contain such a contradiction?
Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out.
Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence.
Are we gonna watch it again?
I will now play the security tape. Oh god. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of.
I had to point out the problem in the video evidence in the video. It's the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause it. Okay, I can pause it now. Take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Well, the funny thing about police officers in America.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the one... Ah, the video is not
Goodman. This has the fucking audio. Great. Okay, fast forward, rewind. Is rewind like okay? It goes. I love this. Like I love the system. Wait, actually. Okay, so falls from there. So a couple things here. This is not no, wait. Oh, it's oh, that's why because it's paused. Got it. Wait, how does it get injured there already? Oh, he's actually not injured. It's Meekins' blood there. Oh, actually, you can kind of see like a little bit of a beard there, but I don't think that's enough evidence. You don't see glasses on him. So if there's like a good shot of... No, actually he doesn't have glasses. I think he does wear did he wear sunglasses at some point? Did he wear glasses? Why do I think that he had sunglasses on? I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, I'm thinking of... I probably am thinking of guns, actually. Or than the fact that there's a bunch of talk about that. Anyways, okay. Oh. Nope, covers his face there. I really don't know where I got the glasses from. So hey, he never... First of all, he never leaves the place. Okay. Okay, you know, this might... Oh fuck, I cannot save. I cannot save. Oh god. So I... Cause this... Wait. I think I got him. I got him. It's this thing. Somebody opened this. Somebody must have opened this one. And only a person that, yeah, only, so, yeah. This was not there earlier. So this person must be able to open both the locker from, well, actually, what is most likely going on is that the glove was somehow stuck between the locker, which made it possible for that door to be opened. So this is definitely, it's a intentionally, Goodman intentionally left the locker openable. Now the question is, do I need to point at the locker or do I need to point at the piece of fabric? This game is occasionally a little bit like this. I think that's strange about this video. Would have to be, this?
Huh? Hold on a second, I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it.
Would you mind if I borrowed your eye medicine?
Don't look at me with those bleary eyes.
Before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think about this through again, huh? Now what do I do? Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point out your finger, someone gets hurt. Is someone pointing his finger at us?
Basically, tape.
Okay, let me just save here. Let me just save here because I'm sorry, like, is that not a big thing? Is that not a big thing? Like...
Mr. Wright, please show us this conversation speaker.
Okay. I think that's... I think I'm onto something here. Okay, so I point it at the locker, not at the piece of fabric. Is there anything else here I'm missing? No, don't restart. Okay, no, not that thing. Okay, so I must be wrong on that. Okay, maybe I'm thinking too far on this. Like, maybe that comes later. Maybe I need to do this again and figure that. Okay. Is the glove thingy? Couldn't be the glove thingy, right? Is this thing? Wait, that's right?
Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems natural about that. What could it mean?
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? Why, you are looking for is one thing and the only thing. And thing only. Something that indicates that the man may not be a Detective Goodman. Like, I thought the glove falling off was quite obvious, and we even found the glove from the murder scene, but like, what the fuck? Okay. Whatever. Whatever. Like, also, like, when I'm trying to prove, like, that this person is not Goodman, the fact that they can open another locker, I feel like is kind of telling. Whatever. Oh, yeah.
I almost walked right into the defense's trap.
I'll place them under arrest, sir. Rats. I need to slow down to tackle these things one piece at a time. Now what do I do? Play the video again. Very well. Let's try this again. Let's remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point out your fingers on... Wait, was that wrong? Never mind. They told me that it was wrong. Did I misunderstand? Jeez, let me just go back then. It was identical. Well, I thought they would be identical. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you telling me that I got that wrong? Like, okay, so when you fail, there's a chance that, like, I've noticed that the game does give different kind of dialogue. Okay, let me just try this again then. Okay. Some of the intakes may not be the equipment. One piece at a time. Okay. That did not happen with a different locker. So... Alright, so what if I start from here? I think this is... Hold on a second. No, that... So... I can't help it! I don't know what the game wants from me here! Like, apparently that's wrong. Apparently that's wrong. So it's out the locker. I need to get to the point. Or does he want me to cross-examine the... Is the idea that I cross-examine him here? Okay, fine. Because I thought that this is... Oh my god. The point of this exercise. The point? What are you looking for is... Okay. Okay, I guess I'll return to cross-examination, and I explain... By assuming it's cross-examination, I assume the witness is still willing to continue, right, Mr. Fingers? Yes, sir. It is my duty as a police officer to help the lost, sir. Wait, now they think I'm lost. I'm supposed to present the evidence there? Oh my god, are you... Okay, so I'm supposed... So I need to show the... Oh my god, are you kidding me? I thought they would ask me for what's wrong with it. It doesn't give me a prompt to point it. Wait, am I supposed to? Oh, okay, got it. It wants me to do it like this. It wants to do it like this. Never fucking mind, I can't do it. I can't do it. Do I do it now? No, I don't do it now either. What am I supposed to do?
Objection!
Can I show what's the Oh, I can. No, I cannot. I can't. It doesn't let me. It doesn't. At no point does it let me present the thing. It does. At no point here has it let me present the thing. So my best bet here is to go here. So I present it here.
Objection!
No. No. What in the fuck? How? The game does not let me present the glove at any other point but the cross-examination sequence. Okay, let me just try this on...
Objection!
No. Not here either. I'm gonna try the glove. I'm gonna see if the glove fits on every single one of these dialogues.
Objection!
Doesn't work here either. So I guess I'm just onto the wrong fucking thing here. If I'm just presenting as the wrong fucking... No. No, doesn't work here either. No matter what I do, it doesn't let me fucking do anything about that. Point out the problem in the video. So I can fast forward, pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Where is a contradiction? I cannot present these here. It doesn't give me the option to do that here. Unless, okay, maybe. Maybe. I need to look for the fingerprint here. Maybe I can find the fingerprint from here. Or the handprint, whatever. No, I don't think I can find it. No, because it's behind the blue badger. So I'm onto something there, right? Like I'm not just being dumb about that. Like this would be the thing where you are supposed to like So, or maybe the thing is that it's not. Maybe the idea is that now maybe the idea is that I'm not supposed to present the glove here. Maybe I'm supposed to present the handprint now, which I guess would also makes.
Objection!
I can't present anything here, so I'll present the handprint instead. Can I present? No, I cannot present. Okay, we go to cross-examination now. I'll present the hand there, or I present the handprint there. And then I'll see. Okay, it's either here. The most likely one, the one that clearly says that it's Goodman, is this one. So, I'll present it here.
Objection!
No, incorrect. No, does not make sense apparently. Oh, then I'm supposed to present it here.
Objection!
No, not here either. Okay, so let me just take this one step at a time. So, point out the problem with the video, which I did. Edgy talks about the point. And present what indicates the person is not Goodman, which is the fucking handprint. Wait, is there something I'm actually forgetting? Is there something I'm actually forgetting about this video? Wait. Oh, fucking Christ. I can't believe that's... Oh my god. I missed that. It's not the glove thing. Or actually, since I'm here trying, No, I'll rather load. It's the actual fucking light above it, not the, It's a light, not the fucking glove, actually. I did not, you know, like... So maybe I need to point on the glove. Or on the light. So here, the idea is here. It's got to be this. Of the Mickens. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprints. If it's a match, Light turns on and the lock is released. I caught in my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it. Okay, so it was just the fact that I missed that little detail, which understandable. No. I just did not notice the light. I did not notice the light. The fact that the game was giving me feedback on it. Sorry. It's my bad. At the very least, that's the way I understand it, sir. So then, something is seriously wrong with this picture. Because I figured it needs to be while the guy is on the scene, something about what he does, but yeah, sure. Yeah, the locker is already open. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Please move. So I need to first point this out. Then I need to point out the glove. And last thing is I need to point out the piece of fabric. So this was a matter, this was a problem with the game giving me feedback on that point, and I was like, why is it, if it says that it's right, can I bring this up? Apparently, I still need to go back a little bit. Here, notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit. Lit AF.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle.
Order, order! What's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. Okay, well, now we're back to the same problem as that, so we're proving that Goodman was not there. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouth shut.
Why am I talking?
So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes, why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Maybe something like jammed the system's sensor? Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. God. I get it, the game is supposed to be played step at a time, but good God. You really gotta fucking hammer down the points on these people. Good God.
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. Locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this.
I mean, it's a visual novel. You go through things one at a time. Yeah, just skip forward until the door is opened and then show the glove. If the glove fits, I sits. It's just something. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the power that I showed earlier. It's just how it is. It's not a bad tune. It's just very, how would I say, repetitive and kind of soulless.
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out of when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distance when I open my car door, sir. What the fuck? We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted? Never heard that term before.
This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand now, sir.
It's just like my tire. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. Kinky.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene.
There just might have been something that fits description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck on the locker door?
Finally, something straightforward and simple. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove.
But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
We'll... As attacked as says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The late landlord attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I would have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Mickens?
Sir, it would appear so, sir. Order, order, order! So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Mickens? Please testify about this.
Sir, me, sir.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke?
Very well, begin your testimony.
Mystery Man 2. The electric boogaloo. Or I guess the insulated boogaloo. There's one thing that proves that man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
An ID card record, I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Why did I borrow the Huh. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike to me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Yes, hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination.
So, man 2. So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this is to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped up in bandages, I would even give the V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that?
Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second.
Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards?
Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said about 2 or 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck.
I mean, at some point, that's becoming intentional, right? Like, if every single time you leave the car, you know, choke yourself out a little bit. I don't know, man. Then again, they're portraying the... Never mind.
Inside of the door closing, my ID card chokes me.
Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Alright guys, there's a record of it. Let me know that this is the record that the witness referred to.
You know, valid. I do bump myself on cabinets and doors and like that, like continuously. Like, so it's a way of life in a way.
Let's see. Yes, that would be it, Detective Goodman.
What's that matter?
According to this, Mr. Ashford, your name is on here.
So it is, Your Honor.
Not the prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Mommy, is that man in the blue a murderer? Shh, don't stare at him. You got the wrong color, kid.
It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, it must be so difficult for him. Now, the gun. I directly had to use this card. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
Maybe he just panicked. Honestly, he sneaked into the room, baton in hand, and I supposedly just yelled at the guy, "Hey, show me your ID right now or I'll smack you." And gotta be honest, waving a knife at you after that is maybe not the most unreasonable reaction.
Everything stems from the contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card system is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
If you're thinking too hard about it, come on, let's show them what we got.
That's one other thing that proves that man was there to get myself.
Oh, wait, that's the end. Okay. So there's something... Okay, what very simple am I missing out this time? Also, I'm not going through the whole video thing again, so I'm gonna save this again. Oh, yeah, you know, just... All you gotta do is just, you know, follow orders and everything will turn out fine. Totally. Okay, but what does the game want from me right now? Like, I understand the big problem is the fact that, like... Okay, do I just show that...
Objection!
That's what they want to... Kinda unclear, to be honest, but... Eh.
Wait a moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not gonna wait this up.
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
A lost item report? It's only half completed.
It shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess, you believe there's something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo? I don't know what that means. I don't speak French. Allow me to summarize the defense's arguments. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins' encounter was not Detective Goodman. There are 2 grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card.
Yeah, like Edgeworth already knew this because like we're literally proving the fact that Goodman was in the garage getting shanked at the time. Like I guess there would have also be the the option to be the bad boy and just, you know, be like, yeah, no, I mean, no, it was definitely Goodman there. It was definitely Goodman who died in the evidence room. And then leave it completely as a mystery so that nobody could solve this. But then again, I guess that would just result in the immediate, like, guilty. Because of the bizarre laws of this world, that would just mean that, you know, Sky is more guilty. Because we can't prove that, you know, we can't prove that she didn't kill the person. But no, we can also prove that it was her killing that person exactly at that location. They're just guilty. So, you know.
What's his ID card?
Oh yeah, this is Edgeworth.
Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes, what's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well.
Taps forehead.
Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place. At the police department, 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So
the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
the activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial is purpose to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Object! Always object!
One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. Why, I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder.
Gasp.
However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. Defense demands further examination of the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
if this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We had not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Mr. Wright, do you mean...
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name?
Jake Marshall.
Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We should need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. Court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess. Go play outside, kids. Have fun.
February 24, 11:32 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 2.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean?
You call for Jake Marshall.
It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out.
As I said earlier, having enough confidence makes people trust you, even if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Emma.
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you, not prosecute you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
I hope no interrupting any of you pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
He pops in.
Wait, Phoenix Gumshoe.
No, Detective Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Fuck.
You got a lot on nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around well and duty. I don't know if you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
Better be, pal.
Hey.
I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh. You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? What is it? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident?
But Lana, I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the Chief Prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness?
SL9 incident files received from Miss Lana Sky. Files for the Joe Dark killings. Sold 2 years ago.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with the serial murderers. Oh, now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name's in there? I don't know unless... No, it couldn't be Lana. This SL9 incident, is that? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark? No. No, Lana. That's over with. No. Woo. Wah.
Emma, wait. She ran away. You know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal. Bye, I'm out of here. Jack Marshall, Angel Star, Demon, Gaunt, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
No, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file.
Boy, that was something. But I'm currently on track to finish the finish day 3 today, which means that I can finish day 4 tomorrow and finish the whole case. Good God. Then again, no wait, shit. This second court. Oh God. This is investigation after this as well. Oh no. February 24th, 12:40 p.m. District Courtroom number 9. Court will now reconvene for the trials, Miss Lana Sky. Excuse me, Your Honor. Let me just go through. Let me just go through a couple chapters of this book. Here, don't mind me. Incident number SL9 closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime serial murder. Sentence death. Victims Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, and Neil Marshall. I don't recognize any of these names. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, witness Lana Sky, Emma Sky, executive investigators Damon Gunt, Lana Sky. Oh, so both the Skies were witnesses. Hello, Nutmilk. Underscore. Head prosecutor witness Lana Sky, Emma Sky, head investigator Bruce Goodman, investigator Jake Marshall. Wait, Marshall. Investigator Jake Marshall. Neil Marshall was the victim. Why is it called the Blue Badger case? And there's like, then again, I don't know what else it would be called, to be honest. So fair. And okay, it does have the Blue Badger there, to be honest. I can kind of see why it's called the Blue Badger case, actually. I did just spend 20 minutes listening to that tune. Jake Marshall, Angel Star. So Angel Star was an investigator on this as well. Yeah, so Neil Marshall. Gotta remember that name. Incident perpetrator. Okay. So this was personal to Marshall. Well, two Marshalls apparently. Wait. This specifically. Well, yeah, because cases that had anything to do with officers getting, I guess, attacked. So yeah, that would make sense why this is. So Neil Marshall is probably maybe Jake Marshall's, brother or something like that. Okay, so there's a connection. I don't know what I do with that information just yet, though. Because I don't know why this is such a big thing that they're carrying all this stuff away. But okay. Well, I'm gonna try my best, but honestly, this has been quite the fucking ride. This has been quite the ride. But he didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Me, partner?
Whoa, I'm just a man same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. God. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know, you're a patrolman.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is this correct? Oh wow, the game froze for a moment. According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
A desperado soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper, quotation marks, can sum it up.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English.
Day of the crime. Got it.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling menace, so if you're out of ammo, it's time that I hit the trail.
Okay, interesting.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
I can say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Good God.
Wait a minute. He has a beard? Not a blip? What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowboy like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not been very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders.
Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
Alright, cross-examination time. Just keep wary eye on the bone orchard. Can you specify?
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings.
You interred them?
Videos of nothing aren't that useful.
When the time would come, I'd erase the tape.
If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours.
Each time I'd erase the tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has flair for the dramatic, but isn't going to do any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room.
You know, I just realized that since Emma is not in the room right now, I am very much expecting her to barge in through the door and just yell objection at some point. So if this goes wrong, I might have like a trick up my sleeve in that case.
You say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style.
So what do you do then?
But you make your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force.
Well, funny thing about this. No, never mind, actually.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime.
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner, can't say I do. Haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room protected by 2 security systems anyway. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in my day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
Sure.
That's quite incredible.
Okay. The sensor on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is irrelevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
I was at the Street Side Saloon.
So he was just drinking? At 3 p.m? Middle of the week?
What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's vongole sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Your Honor, spaghetti, not noodles.
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where I process. Did you not want to raise this? Did you not want a race this year? I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. How about I hit you with a question? Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. Plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible regarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texas don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your spirit don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante.
Okay. 3 times a day. It didn't give me an option. So I'm supposed to empty. What was it? Up the ante, yeah. So let's see. So I have this thing, which, like, kind of hard to say what that does. The question is, do I start? So I don't think I'm supposed to start with the I'm not supposed to start with the fingerprints. You know, actually, I should make a save here again because it's been like 30 minutes since the last time. And I don't want to go through that again if I start getting this wrong. Okay. What can I use against him? I could ask him about the SL9. I could present him the this kind of seems like this is naturally the trump card. This is what I'm supposed to hit him with to prove that he was actually at the he was actually in the evidence room. Let's see. What can I connect with this? Can I disprove this one in any way? Well, I mean, I guess, you know, this thing. But once again, I think it's a little, Hey, do I have anything else to work off or go off with? Does this king have anything else to go off with? Switchblade knife, shoes. Loss of blood. Blue Badger was in the room, but if he claims that he's not, then you're gonna see it. Though actually, I think what he's saying is that I'm supposed to first press, like, yeah, I'm supposed to first press him about things and then hit him with the card. So I think I've already pressed him enough. So I'm gonna start with the evidence. I'm gonna hit him with this, and it's the right thing. Once again, I should not listen to Phoenix. I should not listen to his lines, and I should just go with like what seems the most logical on the spot, not what the dialogue tells me. This was another time when it's like, oh yes, I'm supposed to like start off soft. No, just go hard all the way.
Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. Yeah, you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Those big, muscular arms and hands. Soft hands.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crap. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
I I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingers were covered in blood.
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene.
Yes. We're currently following very well the rule, the two rules of evidence here that were so eagerly hammered into our, subconsciousness and consciousness. Hell, just directly to applied directly to my forehead.
The blood was wiped away, however. A liminal test that clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. He's got to decapitate all of us.
I think you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the bloodstained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime.
He's gonna blame the cactus. What was his name again? I don't remember the name of the cactus anymore. Fuck.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as a bloodstained handprint.
The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with him.
The witness' explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Now's my chance to take it all.
Natural for fingers to be in this evidence room.
That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. He just, he blew his fucking cover on this. That's the locker I used when I was detective, the locker I still use. That's all that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even ever knowing it.
Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record. Found on bloody handprints on Marshall's own locker. The print had been wiped. Well, just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint.
So then, what about the bloody handprints?
Wasn't mine. It's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just happened so... It just so happened. I attached the locker where my fingerprints was by chance.
The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1.
On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprints. You wanna know why? The bloodstain and the fingerprints are completely unrelated.
Unrelated?
They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. I think there's a lot of relation in that. One's got to do with breakfast while the other's a type of murder that can happen at breakfast.
He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this.
No homonyms in this case. Oh, didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, though to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean a murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture?
The seal of blood.
And the desert is just a food for the buzzards.
There's only one reality, and that's this.
The security tape? So long as my trial isn't in there, you can't see otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Well, I need to... Yeah, well, there it is. So, if I press this one, does it let me do the video, or do I get to... Do I need to present the video?
What do you mean by that?
We want me tying this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
Objection!
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on the tape.
Objection!
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Yes, thank you. God, finally. Everybody ready for the tune again?
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of this witness. Officer Jake Marshall.
Nah, sorry, I can't take it for too long. Nope, not yet. One more. Once more. There it is. There you have it. Yay!
There, how's that for evidence?
Please allow me to apologize for my colleague, Your Honor. He gets carried away sometimes. He's not stupid, he's just American.
Yes, well, this certainly isn't a first.
Will you forgive him too, Officer Marshall? He's not a bad man, just a bit disillusioned.
Of course, I'm the one to gun down unarmed boys.
Oh, great. Now Ashford defending me. Guess that means I missed. What do you mean I missed the part? No! You don't get to do that bullshit.
Very well, let's get back to Cossacks.
Now, I know I don't have a camera on, but I would be looking most displeased right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? No fucking way. Here we go again!
Objection! Objection!
If you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. I am trying, but please explain to me as to why that is. Is it just the fact that I didn't point on the very specific, like, how would I say? I didn't point at the goddamn. Wait, is it the light or is it the fucking? Oh my god. Like, I know what I'm doing here. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, fuck. I need to point at the goddamn cloth, I think. I thought the locker was the thing because it's the locker that he opens. By specifically the... Bringing our attention back to the security camera. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, it was the fucking cloth there, not the... Oh my god, it's so fucking specific.
It's a mistake, I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
That's exactly 8 words. Holy shit. He's actually pretty good at this shit. Well, not at the whole trial thingy, but he's good at, you know, condensing his sentences at least. Well, because I thought that the... Like, yes, okay, I understand. I should have gone for the... But it was either the locker or it was the cloth. But also, I was like, isn't it just enough that I show the... Like, I was like, well, surely it's enough that I show the... show the frame. Because the last time it was like... Well, actually, no, it did require me to have the... Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I absolutely wanted me to point out the very specific thing there. Yeah.
Exactly 8 words, not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
And he even focuses on the fucking locker. God, man. They could have just made it the whole locker or the cloth thingy.
That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit.
You know what? I'm actually gonna... Just while I remember... I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Oh yeah, my plan would be to play through the whole thing. Unfortunately though, Woolhaven for Cult of the Lamb just came out, like literally today. And I plan on streaming that next week. And after that I'm gonna be doing Monster Hunter Stories, the first one. Then I'm gonna continue with the with this trilogy. So it might take me a few weeks before I get back into this. Also, this has been quite the fucking ride, and I think I'm gonna need a little bit of a mental pause once I'm done with this game anyways.
Oh, the white cloth.
Oh, the white cloth, it's gone.
Thanks. I like the kind words.
What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Order, order! It would seem that's the only...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man.
So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. A murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
Except... Oh, actually... Is it good? It's, Fuck, do I remember the brand of it? It's HyperX. I've had this for a good while. I don't remember which cast it is, but it's one of those. It's like... I bought it on sale like 4 years ago. But it actually has been serving me quite well. So I've also got recommendations about HyperX microphones overall. They're quite cheap, and the quality seems to be pretty good. So yeah, that one I think. One of those. That's the brand at least. I don't remember the exact model right now. I can check that at some point, but yeah.
Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? this guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade. You're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Yeah, I mean... I think this is pretty straightforward, right?
A fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened on the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
Is that beef jerky? Or what's he eating? Or is he just leather that he's biting into?
No.
Oh shit, I missed that one line. I was too focused on the meat.
Order! 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 Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Really struggling with that, huh?
Ole, please answer the question.
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems if the Wright has an answer.
That's right, the only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Wait, so... Wait. This is supposed to be Marshall, right? Right, so victim killer... Is the victim the guy that Meekins snuck up on, or is victim... Shit, did I just completely fucking mess this up? Or miss this... Wait, which one is Meekins? Which is supposed to be Meekins? The victim or the killer? Because Meekins was of course like... Oh, but Meekins is supposed to be the murderer. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes... Yeah, okay, thanks. I just wasn't sure because, like... I wasn't sure if we're still talking about the... Since we confirmed that there's no murder that takes place here. Okay, so this would be Marshall, yeah.
So Marshall was standing right here.
There, but that's... I swear the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman.
You're right. But also, like... Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of forgot where we were. I forgot where we were, what we were doing, but that makes perfect sense. Meekins did confess to a murder as well.
I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall.
He is even using quotation marks.
It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Also, thanks for the follow. I only got that notification now. Anyways. Once he saw the man's face, he would know it for sure.
May I point out that, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond?
He said I pulled out a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it.
Huh?
Must have been the wind. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman.
Supposedly would have realized. Or well, you would make the assumption that any normal person that walks in the room would have realized that it was not Detective Goodman. We don't know about Meekins exactly.
Do you have anything to say about this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have a hard evidence proving I dressed up as a victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
Can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complain.
That's the second time you said that already. I think you're starting to have a problem with the beard. Still keep the fucking knife away from it.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
Come on, Edgeworth, Edgy Boo. Save your correspondent.
Ugh, this can't be happening. It's obvious he's the one, but what can I do?
Taps forehead.
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you're running into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yeah, he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. And after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for an unknown reason.
I know why he opened it. He had to hide the clothes away.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out from the locker seems to indicate that. He opened it in order to put the clothes inside.
Okay, well, he's already telling me all that.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
Oh fuck, I didn't get the save there. Well shit. Well, okay. Naturally, the reason is that he has to hide away the, he doesn't show himself on camera, and he has to hide away the bloody cloth. So, that's what the game wants from me right now. Oh, yep. This. I just hope this is the right scene as well. And I hope I'm right about this. Seems to be.
For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room, though I don't know what end yet.
Yeah.
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your blocker.
Not bad, partner.
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated you. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did, all of it. Alright. It seems the time has come. So have I. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I'm going to stand by and let it die. I stole Detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Miggins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you.
There's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found in the floor of the evidence room. If none were murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to got his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation.
Well, okay, I know at least one thing that's wrong with that then, I guess. Let what die? The case?
When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. Years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Now, if I have anything to do with it...
Yeah, of course nobody tested it. Why would they? They see it's blood and, you know, oh yeah, a murder took place here. With no body. Must be the victims. Who's the victim? We don't fucking care.
That incident's not over. What did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only the case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day, my last chance. That's why I...
Yeah, I mean, before Emma, you know, actually gets into the... gets the reins on that stuff. Yeah, like... it's up to the defendant to actually find the evidence, apparently.
Anxiety and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera.
And Detective's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
Also, I think they should probably test the blood on the knife as well. Like on the knife that, you know, Goodman was stabbed with. Because honestly, I would have, like, there is, well actually no, never mind. It couldn't be the same knife because that knife was only taken in action when at the car. Yeah, so never mind. Still, they should maybe do a little bit more testing on this.
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So, essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner?
I mean the fingerprint activated locker, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. Why couldn't? Because the rubber glove. Because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker in before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pull a knife on Officer Meekins and try to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. He's taking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his race this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence?
Yeah, honestly, why does he get to decide on the fucking wages?
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly.
Honestly, I think Meekins acted exactly the way as he should have. Maybe the whole, like, throw yourself at the armed guy is not maybe the smartest decision, but valiant, if nothing else.
I'm sorry I had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one? I keep using it to shave my beard.
I know what to say.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out and...
And managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner.
Well, you didn't know about the fucking fingerprint thing, so... have fun being the next meal for the coyotes, I guess.
I didn't think it would make a difference, though.
Oh, maybe Edgeworth is gonna do a little bit of, you know, reverse psychology, and it's like, Meekins is incompetent. Dispose of him. And then the police department is like, whoa, this guy must be great at his job.
I think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is raised every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left.
However,
You plotted your code in your circle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is on that day...
There was an anti-murder in the evidence room at 5:15. The blood found at the scene certainly indicates the crime took place.
why are you blind?
The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner.
So you stole the evidence from the locker?
Actually, no, I didn't.
Why not?
When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
Are you still missing, Your Honor?
Don't we already know a couple pieces of it?
Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country.
Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
I'm trying my best with these, so I appreciate the feedback, but it is taking a toll. I am not used to doing this. And keeping track of who is who, like, I've last couple streams, especially like, well, I must have been writing some things in past life, considering I don't touch any saddles anymore. Well, actually, bikes. But no, I'm gonna assume I probably was not a cowboy. Probably. Who's to say, though?
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. It's no small office.
But yeah, sometimes I get so caught up in trying to do the voice correctly, I forget to read what the line is. The writing of the game is very good. Some of the little things are a little frustrating, but I am absolutely enjoying the time.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences.
Yeah, the Von Karma one was quite something. It took a turn. Like, there's a reason it has turnabout in the name. But I should have at least 3 of those, to be honest.
Can't be just forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. Honestly, the metal detector thing was... It fucking blew me away. It was so fucking funny. Everything about it was actually really fucking good. Even the presentation, Karma's reaction. Like, it was a really good scene. It was definitely worth the 3 hours it got to. 4 or 5 hours to get to that point.
Now I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
A witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
Can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why?
Oh shit.
I think I know the files.
Oh shit, I thought this was a new testimony, but it was not. Well, why? Tell us why.
Well, the case was sold 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes and is dead also.
One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
Man, Edward. I get that that's the rule of the world, but like... Good God.
I remember that Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we would wind up here sooner or later. Everyone's involved here is related in some way to that case.
I'll save here so I don't need to... In case I start getting this wrong, I don't need to go through all the last 30 or 40 minutes. Actually, yeah, it's been 40 minutes since I last saved. Or something like that.
Why is that the case? I better take another look at the files.
I had to do that there. So, yeah. So I know what he's, So I think here I need to present the case files. That's the main thing, and it's specifically the Neil Marshall part. I think that's what's up. This jar is also something I would love to ask about, but like, you know, we'll get to that eventually. Also, yeah, the evidence was not. Oh wait. Does he say anything about the? He doesn't say anything about that. He did mention earlier, but not in any of these. Okay, so if I just... I'll try this.
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
Don't worry, Phoenix is always high. Soaring high, like a phoenix bird that has burned down a few too many times.
I have this SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. And a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall, are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall?
Yeah, I'm sure you heard that name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now I remember, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right, he was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
What's his relation to you?
He was my brother. He was investigating the murder with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police.
Alright, so the Western style has been running in the family, even though this seems kind of wishy-washy on that.
The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer.
Oh wow, I didn't expect Dark to actually get a like a portrait.
Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arranged and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions?
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. My hand was shaking for a moment. Excuse me about that. Haven't had my tea yet. The things that happened by the chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's got to be more than just that.
Surely it's not like Lana killed Neil Marshall to somehow like plant evidence just to catch the guy. And now Lana killed again. I'd rather not make any assumptions considering this, like, there's so much I don't know yet, and I'm still inclined to believe that the game would not, throw me a case where I need to defend an innocent person, not yet at least. So, or defend a guilty person. So, I'm still, believing in Emma. And in Lana as well, a little bit. Chance got to be more than just that.
No one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime. That means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Also, a murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky, and the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. I wonder what my response is gonna be.
I would love to have like one of those is it Street Fighter or is it like old Mortal Kombat games where when the character gets knocked out they could do like the whole echo for whenever somebody does that.
I rest my case.
It seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There is no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
Emma, do it! Hold it! Your Honor, wait. Emma. The defense has an objection, a scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor? Oh, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
Wow, that's so polite. If that would have been karma, he would have been like, I'll give you half a minute to get out of this room. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentioned it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file.
That's when I figured it out. Oh, but actually, Lada wasn't even marked as an investigator on that. Or was she? Actually, I need to check that out. I need to get my facts straight. Yeah, she was a witness. It was just, yeah, she was only a witness, not an investigator. Or unless they can only be marked as one or the other. That's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the trace of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I would be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. Did you find something? No. Huh? What? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad, I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. And please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy.
Arms up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Look at the floor plans, the handprint was discarded around here. Yeah, this is actually something, like... I didn't actually quite realize this at first, because I thought that this just happened while the camera was turned the other way. Well, actually, by all means, could have happened while the... Oh, this has happened already way earlier. Because there are two people that had their hands stabbed. One of them being Lana, one of them being Meekins. And Meekins was knocked out the whole time. So unless he sleepwalked all the way to the locker and just slapped that bad boy on there. Most likely, this is actually Lana's. So if we could actually prove whose blood that is, we might find a connection that, you know, Lana was at the scene of the crime. We also don't know if the handprint was there already beforehand, which it most likely was. Also, we should probably check Lana's... Okay, we need to... Okay, there's a lot of information we need, but I'm starting to piece a couple things together. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Okay, can I see just the... Oh shit, I also gave a sprite here. Was it Lana's left hand or right hand? Shit. I object. Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene. That's right hand. It is right hand. It's right hand. Yeah, it's right hand. Can we shows a contradiction? The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Lana's prey defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
Well, there's evidence here. There's got to be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
I already know this. The Blue Badger panel! What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger. Mascot of the police force. Defender of truth. Guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene.
The blue battery is not here.
So?
So what happens when we put him in? This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well?
Well, what? Ah!
That's right. So long as the blue battery is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot on the lock.
Oh, I thought it was just blocking the way. But it was that close. Damn.
What? So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniable found on that locker.
Don't look at me.
Mr. Wright, I think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue battery to the evidence room, right? If they put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that means the blood mark was left there before the blue battery was brought in.
Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched boulder dash in my corner room.
Language? It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's not the only... But it's the only possible explanation.
Boulder dash is what I call when... Boulder dash is considered to be a booty call by Gravios. Yeah, exactly. Like Goodman walked behind the camera.
On February 21st. Police Department evidence room.
Okay, it was a bit bad, but I just... Okay, it's the name of the... It's a food dash, you know, equivalent to Gravios. Is that better? I don't know. Yeah, I'll work on that one.
Blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by a security camera. Officer Meekins got his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time.
Do not boo at me. I know what makes you people cheer. I've seen what makes you people cheer. That's the line. But also, I have taken your feedback in consideration. I will try better in the future.
Someone played prior to the circle shown in this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
So then, assume this murder you purport really happened? When did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
Summarize, defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jacob Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its current evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
Oh, it would be this one. Yeah. It would be this one. Blah blah blah. 77777. Yeah, this would be the only one that makes sense because I think. I mean, to me, it still seems like okay, the tune is. I gotta understand. Listening half an hour to that fucking tune can probably get a little, repetitive, maybe slightly tiny bit aggravating. What's wrong with this lovely little fella with cold dead eyes and definitely not a law case waiting to happen. But yeah, out of all these things, yeah, okay, I'm guessing that it's gonna be a very frequently occurring thingy. Oh yeah, I can believe that. I believe that. In an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So this means I died anywhere between that time. So once again, we're doing this whole died at a different way. Holy shit! What if Lana did do the? Oh my god. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the only thing here that shows time is the well, I mean this shows time, but that's the other crime. So I'm saying it has to be this one. This is the thing that shows it. I might be wrong on this though, but I'm wrong. No?
The crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card? Oh! ID card.
This is weird. This didn't cut the music off when I got the right answer. So it would be Edgeworth! Well, not really. That's way too close to when Meekins entered the first time. He would have seen the... yeah.
Also, Meekins brought the blue badge panel into the evidence room at...
let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Oh! Oh! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done again?
Never would have figured you had the nerve, boy.
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Ah, yeah, because he would have been at the trial. He would have been at ceremony during that time.
It's clear from the luminal test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
Well, I don't know. Just a good little, Wait, no. The problem here is that... Are we sure that Meekins would have noticed it? And are we sure that Marshall would have cared?
What would it mean? The crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining, 777777777.
I don't think I got the right number of sevens, but I'm guessing that's close enough. That's also 7 sevens, exactly. I have this terrible, terrible feeling this is gonna be Lana. Terrible feeling this is gonna be Lana.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of this card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only possible explanation. He went in with 77777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look at this ASAP. Into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777.
That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of the ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries.
That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
Man. Strong words for a person literally committing a crime. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you kept your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it?
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes. No, not you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Lana?
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we will look up her ID number. And it's not 777777. Oh shit! Don't blame me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about the incident.
The SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? We're finally asking something of the defendant. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. Is anybody actually shocked about this?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
No. No. Order! 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 Order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial, inconclusive, would have to wait until the following day. Yeah, fucking who? To be continued. Wow. You know, that was actually quite... Okay, now I can't say this was brief because this was 3 hours to finish just a trial. And I have a bad feeling that once I save, it's gonna give me investigation. Yep. Now, the question here is, do I want to start the investigation now? Do maybe 30 minutes of it? and then, continue tomorrow? Or do I want to just leave it here? I know normally my stream short, but yeah, no, I'm not getting the day done in at least an hour or two. But also, how confused am I gonna be when I continue tomorrow if I leave it in the middle of the day? Yeah, I think this function better if I just do it if I do it in like one go, where I don't just like I don't interrupt it too much. I think it's better I just leave it here. So I think this is a pretty solid point to quit. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and Cola offices. Yeah, I think it's probably for the best that I'm gonna cut this slightly shorter. Hell, I could honestly, what I can do is I can take a brief look at these and see if there's anything that I need to pay attention to right now. But also, even that's kind of insignificant, because the I need to check this again tomorrow. So this is probably where I'm gonna leave it. Because going too far into it is not gonna be a good idea, and then I just hope that I can finish this tomorrow so I can start Call of the Lamb next week, like on Monday specifically. But yeah, I mean, tomorrow's Friday anyways. If I go a little late, it's probably the worst thing. I could specifically try to go for like a full 4 hours, possibly about. I mean, thank you for joining, and I'm happy to hear you had a good time. Yeah, this is taking a while. I'm right now at like 7 hours, I think. Okay, that's true. I could also take some time on Saturday. That's also very valid. I'm just hoping my voice is gonna be able to handle it, but yeah. I mean, yeah, Sunday, then break from the, and also overall, it's gonna be a break from all this voice work. So, I mean, hell, who knows? Maybe I'll be really smart and I'll get the get the case done tomorrow. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. No point in me dragging this on for no purpose. I thank you all for joining me, and yeah, we're getting there. Still a way to go, but we're getting there. That's all. Bye, Z's. And same to you. Actually, same time, daily. This is still going for, yeah. I have a schedule also on my channel. I think it should be updated. But yeah, that's all. Bye, Z's.